Sintopia is basically a management game where you run hell like it's a business. That's the whole thing. You're managing this bureaucratic nightmare where souls keep arriving and you have to process them, make money, and keep everything running smoothly. It's dark comedy mixed with strategy and billing stuff, which is kind of a fresh combination. So here's how this actually works. Souls come down from the world above in a bus, and they are all full of sins they have collected while living. Your job is to run facilities that essentially treat these sins. You build punishment buildings, hire imps as workers, and send souls through to get the sin levels down. When you do that successfully, you make money. The better you do at reducing the sins, the more rewards you get. So it is basically converting sin into profit, which is a bit funny when you think about it. The interesting part is that it's not just a simple chain. You have to watch out which sins each soul has, because some of them can get really extreme. If a sin goes beyond a certain level, you need specialized buildings just for that specific sin type. So you definitely can't just stick everyone in one building and call it a day. You have to actually plan out different processing lines. You also hire individual imps as workers, and these have different abilities and also weaknesses. Some are bad at certain jobs, some take fewer breaks, and you have to manage their wages and keep them happy. Yes, it's that kind of stuff. There is also a logistics puzzle to it. Your souls cannot sit around too long, because they will start rotting and become zombies, which obviously is bad. So you have to make sure your bus is big enough, and you're processing people fast enough. You can expand hell, unlock new areas, and build new types of punishment facilities as you collect more money. This is all about optimizing your workflow. Now the other side of the game is the overworld. This is where the living people are, and you need to keep them alive because they're where new souls come from. But you don't really control these directly. Instead, you have divine powers, like throwing lightning bolts or pushing things with force. You use these to influence what happens up there. Sometimes enemies attack your temple, which is where people can get resurrected, and if this gets destroyed, you basically lose. The game does give you different types of money. There's the main currency that you spend on buildings and hiring, and there is faith coins, which you collect from the overworld. You spend these faith coins on using your powers. You also get a special currency called heroes that you use for big upgrades and unlocking new buildings. So we are looking at a 3-currency system. The game also does have different modes. There's a campaign with a story that has actual dialogue and situations that happen. Then there is challenge mode, if you want something a bit tougher. And then there's sandbox, where you can just build whatever you want without any real goals. So depending on what kind of experience you're after, you have options. One thing that's pretty cool here is that the rulers of the overworld have their own priorities. A ruler focused on soldiers means people will train for war, which helps defend against attacks. But a ruler focused on health means everyone might become doctors. You can't control what they do, but you can kill them and hope someone better takes over. The world has its own life happening, whether you like this or not. So this game does have a lot of management, but in a way that feels like you're actually building something. And it is challenging trying to keep your employees working, watching for attacks, and making sure nothing breaks down here. And this sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.